If you've been watching our channel for a while now, you know that we have a shortage of motivated home sellers, that new construction makes up a large portion of our inventory here in our market, and that many buyers in today's market are flocking towards new construction versus resale. And in this video, we are going to talk about where you can find these new construction homes that everybody's flocking to here in the Greenville market. Let's get into it. As always, my name is Will Sawyer, your friend in real estate here in the upstate of South Carolina. And it's our goal with this channel that we are your #1 resource for all the things that you need to know about your relocation to Greenville, South Carolina. And if you find this information helpful, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment in the comments. We would love to meet you there in the comments. So without further ado, let's do it. So in previous videos, we've mentioned that new construction inventory makes up about 45% of inventory in our current market. Now, that may be a surprise to you because, say, up north or in other markets in the Midwest, it's kind of hard to find new construction. However, with the crazy demand of people migrating into South Carolina and the Southeast in general, new construction has a place in our market. And if it wasn't here, we would have a crisis on our hands. So thankfully, these builders are here. And yes, it makes up about 45% of our inventory. And I know what you're thinking. You know, these are these national home builders that put these box houses up in these cookie cutter neighborhoods. And while there is that here, sure, it's not all of the new construction that Greenville has to offer. You know, you can find new construction custom home builders. You can find new construction townhomes. You can even find tiny homes here. Whatever suits your fancy, you probably can find it in the realm of new construction. So where are these at? Let's talk about it. So the first place we will talk about is Fountain Inn. And I have talked to a number of folks that are looking to relocate to Greenville recently. And for whatever reason, we always come back to Fountain Inn. And I've been spending a decent amount of time here in the last month or two. So first up, where is Fountain Inn? Fountain Inn is just south of Simpsonville, which is just south of Malden, which is just south of Greenville. So Fountain Inn is about 15 or so miles south of Greenville, about 10 miles south of, say, Woodruff Road, where all of your shopping is going to be. And historically, Fountain Inn has been this small southern town with a cute little main street. You know, it's very local business forward, but it just so happens to be pretty close to Greenville. Now, if you lived in Fountain Inn, you were from Fountain Inn, you weren't from Greenville. However, things are starting to change in Fountain Inn. Lots more people are relocating to Fountain Inn who work in Greenville or who are commuting a little bit for work. So the culture around Fountain Inn has changed a little bit. However, you still have that really small town, really, you know, neighborly, friendly type of vibe. So like we've talked about in our previous videos, if you're wanting to come home and relax, Fountain Inn's a great place to do that. Now, the reason that there's so much interest on the development side in Fountain Inn is, like I said, it was historically farmlands. Now you have builders coming in and really cultivating the landscape around Fountain Inn. So a few neighborhoods that we're finding in Fountain Inn that have gained a lot of traction and are getting a lot of activity would be Parkland Hills by Toll Brothers. You know, these homes are going to be in the $500,000 to $600,000 price range. Then you have Durbin Meadows, which is a community being built out by D.R. Horton. And D.R. Horton is the nation's largest home builder. So all of that they do is in-house. So they're able to provide some really incredible incentives to buyers, like a 4.99% interest rate. All of your closing costs paid for. Amenity-rich neighborhoods. So for instance, in Durbin Meadows, you have 3 pickleball courts, I believe walking trails, and you have a swimming pool. Now, wrapping up Fountain Inn, you know, Fountain Inn is great for a lot of reasons. You got quick access to the interstate. When you go home at night, it's quiet, it's peaceful. You have that small town feel, and you're really not far from a lot of amenities that you'll need on a weekly basis, say the grocery store, or Sam's Club or Costco, and you're really not that far from Greenville if you want to go into town on Saturday night and enjoy Greenville. So next up, let's talk about downtown Greenville. So surprisingly, there is a decent amount of new construction coming to downtown Greenville. I feel like there's a new development being announced every month, and there's really no surprise because you have great parks. You know, downtown Greenville's really walkable, and it's one of the South's best downtowns. So why would you not want to live downtown if your budget allows you to? Now, what you'll find mostly in downtown Greenville are townhome developments, if not one-off single-family developments. So the city's really pushing density of living. So townhomes, obviously, you can pack more units into the same area as you can a single-family development. So the city's really putting an initiative on bringing more townhomes to downtown Greenville. And then what we see a lot of is single-family homes that are 1,600 to 2,200 square feet on a quarter acre or less with a 1-car or maybe a 2-car driveway, no garage. If you have a garage in downtown Greenville, that is highly sought after. Now, prices in downtown Greenville obviously are going to be a little bit higher than you will find in the suburbs, and for good reason, because you're close to everything that is to be desired about Greenville. Now, say a 1,600 square foot townhome will start about $600,000 here in downtown Greenville. There's a few neighborhoods and a few developments that you can get townhomes in for the $500,000 price point, but they're pretty uncommon. That sweet spot is going to be starting at about $600,000 and quickly going up to about $1 million for townhomes, and that's going to be 1,600 to 2,400 square feet, multiple levels. Now, if you're looking for a single family home in downtown Greenville, it's going to be starting at about $260 a square foot, and then quickly go up above $300 per square foot, depending on where. So next up is going to be Duncan and Reedville. So with the announcement of BMW expanding its Upstate operation into Woodruff with their EV plant, Duncan and Reedville has really changed over the last 4 or 5 years. Duncan and Reedville are more or less right beside each other, and it's right in between Greenville and Spartanburg, just over the Spartanburg County line, so you would technically be in Spartanburg County. And to further the reason why Duncan and Reedville have grown so much is the highway that takes you from the BMW plant to the EV plant is Highway 101, which cuts right through those two towns. And with the announcement of the Reedville Town Center to really bring like a downtown feel to Reedville, there's been a lot of development and new construction kind of swarming around the town center, which has caused a lot of population growth and a lot of increased interest in this area. So if you live in Duncan and Reedville, you're going to be about 20 minutes east of Greenville, and you'll be about 15, maybe 20 minutes west of Spartanburg. So if you're going to be commuting for work, this would be a really good option for you to look at housing. And one community that comes to mind would be McIntosh by Crescent Homes. And you can find a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, 2,400 to 2,800 square feet for $450,000. So lastly, we'll talk about Greer and Travelers Rest. Now, these are two separate areas, but I'm going to lump them together because they're both on the northern side of the county. So if you want mountain views, if you want a country, quiet setting, and if you want some beautiful sunsets, these two towns are certainly places that you should check out. So Greer is a good midpoint between Greenville and Spartanburg, right along Highway 29, which is Wade Hampton Boulevard, which is a road that we've covered on the channel in previous videos. And you can find all types of new construction in Greer. So you can find $250,000 townhomes in Greer. You can find $300,000 to $400,000 single-family homes in Greer. And you can also find $800,000 to $1 million single-family homes in Greer, just depending on which development you're interested in. Now, there is a community that I've sort of mentioned in the past that's called Blaze Ridge. They build ADA compliant homes. So if that's something that you're in need of, do me a favor, reach out to me. I'd be happy to get you in touch with the sales consultant there so that we can get you in one of those homes and hopefully find a floor plan that works for you and your family. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention all of the development around Lake Robinson in Greer. So Stillwater's at Lake Robinson, and there's also the cottages at Blue Ridge, which is a Lennar townhome community where a couple of my clients are building homes in there currently. And these are townhomes with mountain views that outstretch behind Lake Robinson. It's really pretty, really something that you should check out if you're interested in townhome living. Travelers Rest is the second sub-community that we'll talk about in this last section, and that is a town just north of Greenville as you go up Highway 25 toward Asheville. So if you're a person who wants to go spend some time in the mountains most weekends or go hiking often, Travelers Rest will be a great place for you to check out. And again, there's all types of new construction in Travelers Rest. I've had a few clients recently purchase townhomes for around the $300,000 mark, and those are brand new build-to-suit townhomes just north of Travelers Rest. You can also buy a build-to-suit, and you can customize this builder's floor plan just off of Highway 25, about 10 minutes north of downtown Travelers Rest. Those price points are going to be in that $600,000 to $800,000 price point, depending on what you want. So if you want a 1 acre to a 5 acre parcel, you want a little bit of privacy, and you want to be able to build your own house, that would be a builder that I would certainly recommend that you check out. And if you want some more information on that builder, do me a favor, reach out to me at the end of the video. I'll provide my contact information, and we can provide you that information and get you what you need. So if you're a potential buyer that's thinking about new construction here in our Greenville market, I hope that this video was super helpful for you. And if you found this information valuable, do me a favor, reach out to me directly. I would love to chat further with you. You can reach me at my cell phone number below, or shoot me an email at my email below. I would love to chat with you about your relocation to our area. As always, my name is Will Sawyer, your friend in real estate here in the upstate of South Carolina. And until next time, friends, stay safe. Well, this video is going to be about Greenville County, the upstate of South Carolina. Great thing to do and easily in the evening. I'm a local real estate expert here in the area. All time, we're right behind me is a really cool place called Freight Yard.